It's a new day, a working day, and I've got to go and film some property today.
For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record.
To fill you in, if you don't realise, I'm a videographer full time now. I basically shoot property for sale on the most part. Well, high-end property for sale for the most part, because obviously no one really wants to see like a 1-bedroom bed sit for sale. I don't think it's worth the money, but you know, can't be prejudiced. And I, as I used to, cannot function without coffee. So it's time to go and get a coffee, and I've got to go and head over to Rugby to go and film my first house of the day. After that, I've got another one over in Sutton Coldfield, and they're both surprises. That's the one thing about this particular job, is that you can never predict what you're going to come up against. It could be a beautiful house, it could be an amazing luxury looking house, it could be a bit of a dump. We'll find out. We got coffee. We got the coffee. I'd never always have the time to grab one though. On to the first property. I know this is hardly sneaker related, but not all vlogs are going to be sneaker related. Like, I remember when I did my vlog before, and I tried my hardest to sort of cram in as much as I could sneaker related as possible. This ain't happening on this vlog, unfortunately. If you're into sneakers, there will be some blend. So you've got to be wary that anything that I do related to sneakers is in and around my general living life and working life. So I will give you guys what I can when I got it. But for now, obviously we're going to this first property. So let me fill you in a little bit. I do a lot of properties, predominantly for a company called Fine & Country. And they sell a lot of luxury properties. And I come into contact with quite a few different estate agents. And this one that we're going to see today is called Graham Lee. Now, you might not see him, I might not get him in the vlog, but if you do, you might remember Graham. I have no clue what's going to be in store for me, but what I will tell you is that I always have some cool, interesting technology to use, and I've got a brand new little gimbal called the DJI Osmo Pocket. Might get to use it, we'll see. Time to get going. That was Graham, and we're here at the Manor Farm Barns. Basically, this is the property for sale. I'll show you now. All of this, like all these barns attached to that house over there, which was massive. Hi, Graham. Yeah, I've just finished shooting it, so I had to quickly jump out my car, forgetting that I hadn't actually shown you guys where the hell I'd gone, which was a bit of a schoolboy error. But yeah, that house is pretty massive. It had 2 areas, like 2 first floors, and I can't show you too much of the inside, unfortunately, due to obviously privacy, but I can show you the outside, no problems. Right, time to move on to the second house. This is Sutton Coldfield. It's with a guy called Mark. I've done one video with him before, so it might be a bit of a surprise, but it's time to get in the car and see what it's going to be like. Be a little bit early for this house, and it is lunchtime, so I've decided to take a bit of a detour, and I am basically going to go to a cafe at a garden centre. Sounds proper old age pensioner stuff, but sometimes they're the best places to stop for a bite to eat. If I could try and make my own lunch, I really would, but I'm just dreadful at doing it. So this is the way to go. One thing I did want to show you before I have to go and sort of find a table is I thought I'd show you a little bit of equipment that I use for this particular job that I do, just to keep you from being absolutely bored out of your minds. So let me show you the camera I use. So this is my setup, and obviously this is also my sort of proper camera that I use for doing a lot of my reviews. This is the Sony a6400, and I've got a Sigma 16mm wide angled lens on it, and it's on a Ronin S, and this is what I tend to shoot a lot of my house videos on. This is where the quality can be 1080p up to 4K, and this lens is seriously good for vlogging. The only thing is that when I'm out and about shooting, sometimes it's just much easier to grab my phone. Hopefully that wasn't extremely geeky and boring, so it's time to get some food. Let's go. So I'm just sat in this coffee shop, and all of a sudden Power of Love comes on by Huey Lewis and the News, and I was talking to you guys yesterday about Back to the Future. Right, let's not get a copyright strike. A blooming wasp. So this is the next property, a little bit different to the last one. Nothing, you know, too monstrous to have to cover, but I'm not able to use my drone here, and I was really hoping I could use the drone. So instead we got a little DJI Pocket Osmo. That's what we're going to be using to shoot some slightly more aerial shots of the house. So yeah, without further ado, I'm now going to look like I'm going fishing, but in a weird way. That was rather interesting. So, a little bit of an eventful situation with this property. Supposed to be flying a drone to give you that really big sweeping landscape shot of the property and the land all around it. Yet, what people don't remember, or don't know, should I say, not remember, is that obviously if there are people's property in and around the property I'm filming, and they refuse to allow their property to be filmed when you are in a 50-meter parameter of the property that you're supposed to be filming, they have the right to say they don't want their property filmed and being on the video that I'm producing. So I had to get the big long pole out, as you can see here, and get the best that I could, giving a bit more of an aerial view than what it would have been without a drone. But yeah, that sucked. And then I went inside to shoot the inside of it, and I went upstairs to shoot one of the bathrooms, and the sink wasn't attached to the wall and just fell down. Now, fortunately, even though it was heavy, I caught it. I could see that the tap wasn't really properly sort of like fixed to the actual sink. So I went to have a look at the tap, and it just collapsed on me, which was a bit of an awkward situation. So I had to go and speak to the agent Mark and say, look, the sink was just literally just leant up against the wall on a bit of a wooden frame, and it fell down. Not good. Really not good. That was the eventful situation with this particular house. Not the best house I've ever shot, not the worst house I've ever shot, but not ideal either. Anyway, that is that for my day of shooting. Time to get back home. And should I end the vlog here? Probably was a long one today. Not the most interesting, but yeah, I think we'll call it a day, unless I think of anything else that you guys might be interested in.